Welcome back, guys. We're going to go through the other half of this fun little deluxe expansion. And John's going to start us off.
My new favorite
Your
runner.
favorite boy.
Yep. Edward Kim. He's got one link. He is humanity's hammer. Identity natural. He's a simple 45-15. Trash the first operation you access each turn at no cost. Yeah, that's buy biotic, buy scorched, buy whatever.
Seesaws.
Sure, I just
hedge funds.
Yeah, you need economy, anything.
Whatever he sees, the hammer's going to hit.
Yeah, he just is like, I want to run every turn because I want to kill your economy cards, I want to kill your win cards, I want to, Before it was always, you have biotic. Okay, I gotta find your agendas. No, biotic's dead now. It got hammered, literally.
It's hammer time.
It's hammer
and I'm not
time.
going to dance this time, guys.
Should we make alternate art? Put MC Hammer's face over Edward Kim's.
With big old baggy pants.
It's a plan. It's not a bad idea.
Come on, that would make you smile even.
I think Edward Kim changes the game because you can't rely on operations anymore.
You can't just hold them knowing that you're going to have them.
Yeah, and when you hit him in R&D too, you're just like, oh look, before it was like, oh, you're gonna like the next card you draw. No, we're gonna trash the next card you draw. Too bad.
So it's only the first operation, then with demo run.
Well, sure. Oh yeah, there's lots of.
So he hits one, then you trash another card.
There's a better card than demo run now.
Yeah, well,
Further.
exactly. But I could see a total just destruction deck with him.
Yeah, that's
just wreck your world.
Plan, right?
Wreck your world. It should just say, "I will wreck your world."
No, he's.
I hate corporations.
He's fantastic.
He looks like mean.
He is. He's there to wreck face.
All right, here's
Next one. Second ID, Zero Link Max, maximum punk rock, Gmod identity. When your turn begins, trash the top 2 cards of your stack. Draw 1 card. 45-50.
Flavor text is *******, you, mother, and a bunch more asterisks. I have no idea what they're trying to say here. I really think, when they were developing this card, they probably had a lot of ideas, and they're like, we'll just throw asterisks in there for now, and someone missed it. They missed it in development. Yeah. They forgot to go back and...
Well, and the way her fingers, I can see some people modifying her card, because you could really just modify that pretty quickly.
That one finger, yeah, that's bad. So what do you think of her?
It's the card draw free card draw is nice. You're just going to have to design an entire deck knowing you're going to lose 2 cards every turn.
And be able to recycle.
Yeah, be able to recycle. But I think it's a pretty interesting.
Same old thing, clone ship, retrieval run, a levy.
Yeah. It'd be pretty interesting deck.
Is levy what, 3 or 4?
3.
3, so 3.
And if you accidentally trash it, you can always play same old thing.
Yeah. And then do it the hard way.
And you have your in-house deja vus.
Yep, deja vu. There you go.
So you can go grab it from there.
I think it's not bad. You get a free click, basically.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Free draw
and
every turn.
you get free targets for your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to work.
Well, and then you got retrieval runs and all that fun stuff that she fits right into. So, and I don't know what else is coming in. I mean,
in a way, it kind of feels a little bit like Leela or Wizard, not Wizard, or Professor. Okay, at first it felt more like Professor, where you're just like,
throwing shit
bad. That just seems bad. And then you're like, no, I could see this working.
Yeah,
I could see this being a pain.
Well, anytime you can see what cards you have, it's helpful. I mean, even if they're in the trash, and if you can get, you have the cards built in and you can go get them.
Right.
You know that they're there.
Right.
And it's not like you're blind drawing.
Right.
No, she's definitely going to be all sorts of fun.
Yep.
All sorts of fun.
Okay, and then I get Valencia Estevez. It's the Angel of Kayambre.
Apparently we missed the
Kayambre.
Kayam. I have no idea.
Kayambre. Anyway, says it's an ID natural. The corp starts the game with 1 bad publicity. She's a 50 card deck, 15 influence.
She's the first 50, right?
Yeah.
I know the collective was, but that got shot down.
Yeah, they got shot down. But yeah, so it's a 50 card deck, 15 influence, 0 link. But you start with one bad publicity, that's going to just wreck. I mean, if there's blackmail cards in here, there's already blackmail once. That blackmail deck you put together was just brutal.
I love Chaos Theory. Everybody was sitting there going, "What are you doing? What are you? Oh."
Yeah. Once you get
I got 50 credits. That's fine. Blackmail.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you sit there and say, "Okay, what do you want to go see?"
Well, I think with Executive Boot Camp and Oversight AI, the blackmail.
Eliza's toy box.
Yeah, I think that like if before last cycle she would just be really, really scary.
Yeah.
Blackmail is less of a dominant force now because you can't just like my Chaos Theory. I don't think I had breakers. I might have had a Crypsis in case I screwed up somehow. But I didn't have breakers. It was just like I'm gonna blackmail and win the game.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can do that now, especially when you have people playing Blue Sun is so good.
Yeah, Blue Sun because you pull stuff back in and get the money.
So somebody else last week brought up a thing. It's like, yeah, the blackmail thing cool, but what if her ability just says, anytime you make a run, gain 1 credit to do something? Because that's what it is. She gives you that free credit. Personal workshop. Should be fun with personal workshop.
Yep. Anything's fun with personal workshop if you get free money.
Yeah,
it's never bad.
Always got a credit to help you break stuff.
Yep.
No, she's
the only downside she's 50 cards, so she's gonna.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, you start
the way the game's going now. Most decks have lots of cards.
Yeah.
You have trust me, there are 50 cards I want to put in here. I made Edward Kim this morning. He started out with 78 cards.
That's what you said. I said, yeah, you need a little more influence or something like that.
It was a lot.
All right. Well, those are the IDs, so we'll start with the cards.
Yep. Here we go. We got our first one. It's an Anarch event. It's Amped Up. 1 cost 3 influence. Gain 3 clicks and suffer 1 brain damage. The flavor text is the human brain only uses like a quarter of its capacity anyway, right?
Oh, I like
Poor
this
Max.
card. I could see this in noise though too, though.
I think you have to win. I think it depends on what you're playing against.
Yeah, it depends what you're playing against. But I mean, I could see. I mean, be able to install.
Sure. There's
you have 7.
There's a million things you can do with 3 clicks.
Yeah, 3 clicks
so
is
much a free
huge.
turn.
But you can't play against people that have any sort of scorch. Well,
as long as you're not running.
True.
I mean, that's why I like it because you don't have to, it's not.
But I mean, 1 brain damage is you're going to be low for a while. So, but it's like stim hack. It's next stim hack.
What if you clear your hand out though? You'd have to make sure you have one card left.
No, you eat the brain damage when you play it.
When you play it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like stim hack.
Okay. Or Duggar's up and then play this.
Yeah, sure. I just go on the 4 cards later.
No, well, you want Duggar, yeah.
It's good.
I can see with Echo Mind, it could be really interesting. Make some really crazy decks.
Well, just the 3 clicks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could get in. You could play 3 notorieties.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do.
3 quests completed.
Ooh, yeah, and finish off 3.
That'd be hilarious. Amped up. Notoriety. Huh. And theoretically, you're only getting 2 clicks because you got to pay 1 to get this card to play the card. So.
Yeah.
Not my favorite, in fact.
Okay.
Next one,
Steel
event.
Skin. Oh, sorry.
I've Had Worse, 1 cost event. Draw 3 cards. Whenever I've Had Worse is trashed by taking net or meat damage, draw 3 cards. It's in-house card draw, which is needed, and even better, it's an alternate protection from net and meat damage. Kind of a hidden protection too, which is even better.
That's what Edward's all about, man. He's getting beat down by the man.
And he's human too, so apparently he's just like, trained guy. But yeah, it's a little better. I mean, it costs a little more than Diesel, but it also has the you can't be. Well, you could still die to double scorch, but so yeah, we looked this up, and when you take damage, you take it all at once. So if you had 5 cards, they would pick 4, and all 4 would happen, and hopefully one of them is this that you get to draw up 3. But if they don't pick this one, then you're dead. Or if you only have 3 cards, even if this is one of them, a Scorch will kill you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So,
Nope.
I think it's perfect. Just that it's Diesel.
Yeah.
It's cost a credit, but it's still Diesel.
It's in faction, yep.
Yeah.
Even if you're not worried about Scorch, at least you still have card draw. So it's not a dead card like Carapace.
Yeah, and if you keep a full hand, it should 80% of the time protect you from Scorched Earth.
Yep. All right, I got 2 costs itinerant No.
I don't know. Itinerant?
Itinerant protesters?
They're protesters. They're awesome.
Yeah, itinerant.
I think you have it right.
Yeah, itinerant protesters. I don't know. I'm hungry. I'm getting late, I guess. It's a current. It's an event current. It says this card is not trashed until another current is played or an agenda is scored. The corpse maximum hand size is reduced by 1 for each bad publicity that he or she has. So you play this with Valencia. They start with a 4-card hand, and you just start going to town.
Just imagine if you could find some way to get to 5 bad publicity.
Who would you? I don't know if there's any way. Yeah, because then the corpse draw a card and they have to discard.
They have to. Yeah,
Right.
There is no more HQ.
This would kill NEH.
Would you play Frame Job?
I have frame job.
Would you
in my
frame
bag.
job it?
Just burn it. Just burn it.
Burn some of the. I mean, yeah, you burn some CQs for sure, but
I have
come
2
on.
frame jobs in my deck.
Because that's scary. Because if the core doesn't get a hand, that's there's definitely no more C-Source Scorch.
Yeah, you
Right.
can. Yeah.
I think every corporation is going to seriously have to look into BP
Elizabeth.
removal. Yeah, Elizabeth Mills.
Elizabeth
or,
will be very popular.
Witness tampering.
Yeah.
I love this card. It obviously makes Valencia.
I mean, it's a strong current, and I don't think people realize how strong this could be. I mean, this could really wreck a corporation's day.
Yeah, oh, for sure. No problem.
Yep.
Even if, I think you have to play with Valencia, though. I get showing off. I like the art. It's very cool. And it's a great Anarch card. 2 cost, it's a run. Make a run on R&D. If successful, instead of accessing cards from the top of R&D, access cards from the bottom of R&D. Starting with the bottom card and working your way up. 3 influence. I think I'm going to have to practice revealing cards from the bottom to make sure you don't accidentally reveal the next card, or I don't know. It's going to be, I guess you could just pick it up
Or
and
you
put it
pull it,
down.
or you
Pick
put
it up
it-
and put it
Pull
down.
them
Pick it
all
up
out,
and put it down.
Pull off your deck.
That makes medium so scary.
You go either side.
Well, that's you hit them for if you hit them last turn for 3 or 4 or something like that, you show off to hit the bottom 5 cards and then run again to hit the top 6.
I will find it somewhere.
Yeah, that's medium is scary. I mean, even just our
RDI.
RDI, yeah. 3 influence, so I don't think it's going anywhere else. But
Yeah.
I do like.
Would it be
that
fun
art.
with medium?
Do like with it just. Or even I guess you can't make your eye, but the other good one.
Next card, it's a Wanton Destruction, 1 cost run event. Make a run on HQ. If successful, instead of accessing cards, you may spend any number of clicks to force the corp to trash an equal number of cards from HQ at random.
This is
it's
brutal.
It's great.
This is absolutely brutal.
My bad. I spent my turn making you throw away 3 cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh. I mean, this could first turn. This could wreck after. So they think they got a good. They didn't mulligan. They got a good hand where they want it. You go in and they don't cover up. This is almost as bad as account siphon.
It could be, yeah. I mean,
Right.
you could just wreck their hand. I mean, let's see. So you don't get to see the cards because
No.
they're trashing them. It's great. I mean, yeah, it's even amped up to kill their whole hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Amped up. Do that. I mean, I'll square 5 cards for whatever.
They understand how strong it is. It has 4 influence, like account siphon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
you play Rachel Backman, so you get 5 clicks, or the other card later that gives you extra. I mean, yeah, yeah. The corporation headquarters is no longer safe from anything.
It's bad. I mean, trashing cards is sucks.
Oh, that's
I mean that and hemorrhage.
sure.
So okay, so
You
you run, you get the hemorrhage token, and so if they get a card in your hand, you run again. You get another hemorrhage token, you trash it again. I mean,
If you get a double hemorrhage, if you have 2 hemorrhage and get them, this could definitely pin. I played the double hemorrhage deck with that one time when we saw it worked against NEH, and I think this would be a key piece to it because I've ripped your hand apart.
Yeah.
Now, unless you draw up 3, I'm going to start hemorrhaging you to death, which they're probably.
and then you
gonna
put
draw 3.
in the virus Gorman Drep.
Oh sure.
Because they're just gonna have to draw, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get free money from that too.
Right.
No, love it.
It's awesome.
Love
Great
it.
card.
Whose day job?
Oh,
day job.
your favorite art.
It is. I think it's
I think
fantastic.
everyone likes this. So it's a 2-cost event called Day Job. Max really likes your job a lot. says an event has an additional cost to play this event. Spend 3 clicks. So it's basically taking your whole turn. You gain 10 money. So it's
magnum opus on a stick. It is. I mean,
Yeah.
you pay 4 clicks to get 8 credits.
Yep.
It's 1 influence. It can go visit all sorts of other decks. Prepaid deck, it's 10 credits.
Yep.
I mean, Anarchs needed a
Money
easy
card.
way to recover.
They needed a money card.
Yeah, and they got it.
And they got it. Yep.
All right.
And that's the problem with most of the Anarch decks is they're usually skinny on money. So
unless you're playing Aesop's Noise, he's got plenty of cash.
Sometimes.
And I get the first card in the trio that'll revolutionize the world. The corporation is now forked. Forked. It's 2-cost event. It's a run. It's a sabotage. With the number of sabotage cards we have, I wonder if we'll ever get a sabotage thing. You know, like sabotages are 1 cheaper or return set. Anyway, make a run. The first time you break all subroutines on a sentry during this turn, trash that sentry. 3 influence, so it's probably not going anywhere. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Somebody
What
was
are you gonna
talking
say?
about using. Yeah, we'll get to it, but yeah, go ahead.
Eater? Yeah.
No,
Eater
no,
doesn't-
no, something else. But
Oh, okay. No, fork. It's awesome. It's I run. Oh, you have a sentry. I'm gonna kill it now, and then I'm gonna same old thing this and levy it, and you can't play. Oh, you only have 8 ice in your deck. That's just fine. I'm gonna
You
kill
won't have any of
all 8, and I'm gonna do a little showing off. We're gonna have a little media. It just
You better run ice heavy, right?
Anarch is scary. At least ice medium, I guess. I mean, which is great. I think it's fantastic that they're moving away from ice light decks. You know, it's great.
You gotta protect yourself.
You get the next card.
Knifed, 1-cost event, run sabotage, make a run. First time you break all subroutines on a barrier during this run, trash that barrier. Same thing, just with barriers. So
And it's cheaper.
Apparently,
cheaper.
you get the last one, but apparently barriers are I don't know.
Easier to
I guess
easier to cut.
I guess it's not as important to kill barriers as it is to kill other things. But
So then I got the last one of the trio. And it's a spooned. It's a 2-cost event. Sabotage. Make a run. First time you break all subroutines on a code gate during this run, trash that code gate. This is Kit's best friend.
yeah, I'd be good with Kit.
I mean, she trashes any front ice basically.
She's only got 10 influence though. This would be expensive.
It's very expensive, but you
Sure.
put 2 of them in, 3 of them even, and you can basically, start trashing the first. It's another way to parasite.
Spoon will kill Lotus Field.
Correct. All you gotta do is break it.
Forked will not kill Architect, but Spoon will kill Lotus Field.
Yep.
Ooh,
Interesting.
I like it.
Someone was talking about Kit using it with
I
Kit.
gotcha. I mean, that's 9 influence is a lot to
It's a
spend,
lot.
but being able to kill there, 3
First
ice
ice
in a row,
every time, yeah.
maybe, yeah. So I get the card that makes those 3 cards fantastic, and it's even on theme. It's called Eater. It's a 4-cost program, 1 MU. It's an icebreaker. It's an AI. Watch out for that swordsman. It's 2 strength, 3 influence, 1 credit. Break ice subroutine. You cannot access more than 0 cards for the remainder of this run. 1 credit plus 1 strength with a fantastic flavor text of nom 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 nom. Now on the surface, this is like, oh cool, it goes with the utensils. I can get into ice and break it, but it's so much more. It's protection from face checking.
Yes.
Anything but swordsman. But the key thing is that you cannot access more than 0 cards.
0.
So you are still accessing cards, so you can keyhole, account siphon, security test, wanton destruction. We got the wanton destruction already, right?
Yeah.
Anything it'll still trigger all of those replacement effect cards, and it's reasonably priced. It's basically Corroder that can break anything.
Yep.
A little more expensive to install, but still, it's so good. And when combined with these, it's just it changes the world.
yeah.
So how do you now the thing is, it's great. We know what's your defense against that.
Play more ice.
I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what's gonna happen. I mean, because it's such a revolutionary card. I mean,
How do you stop Eater Keyhole?
yeah, Eater Keyhole is gonna.
Swordsman. Then everybody's gonna play Mimic too with it, so Swordsman is the only card that hurts
I
it.
mean, you still have things like Data Raven, which you can
We'll
break
slow
it,
it
but
down.
you still have to deal with the
Deal with the
tags.
tag. I mean, you can just be taxing, you know. But the problem is if you're like, I'm going to be taxing, you're like, okay, I'm going to start, you know, removing the tax too.
Yeah.
So it's strong.
It's very strong. I mean, that's what I'm worried about. Is it's really strong.
Yeah, with Keyhole, it's scary with Keyhole.
Yeah.
You have to draw the right events to get rid of the right ice. You do have some time.
Personal touch on it would be really annoying. It's 5 strength now.
3 of them.
Well, I mean, big ice will slow it down a little bit.
Losing a program could hurt it if you can't. I mean, if they can't break it. I mean, like IT department or something like that, where they've done the math or something like that, and
you boost it up
boost
crazy
it up.
amounts. Yeah, it's still so good.
Yeah.
It's gonna change the world. I guess wraparound. Wraparound would be annoying.
It would be very taxing on wraparound. Correct.
But hopefully you only have to, you know, kill wraparound once.
Only knife it once.
No, I think you'd have to. Is it knife?
Yeah,
Yeah,
knife.
you're right. You'd knife it. Good call.
2 cost program, one memory. Gravedigger. It's a virus. Whenever an installed corp card is trashed, place 1 virus counter on Gravedigger. Click hosted virus counter. The corp trash is top card of R&D. 2 influence. It's a great virus. 2 cost. So as you're doing the keyholes, you're also
No, installed card.
installed card. Well, as you're using your the
Pretty sure.
utensils.
Well, I'm pretty sure this. Oh yeah, that's right.
Whenever you
Ooh.
install
Right.
card is trash, or Adonis's, all your assets that go away
Yep.
you know,
Right.
when they're trashed. I mean, you know,
Not-
if you're running
not
asset
Jackson.
economies, this is great.
Yeah, but even worse, this is going to force the core to
Purge.
wipe counters. Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, I don't even have to make a run, and I can trash your cards.
But if they cyberdeck sweet you, he ends up with 1 counter on him.
Cyberdeck Suite of trash? Is it trash?
Yeah, it's trash
Yeah.
to do its power.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about if they
trash,
flip
yeah,
it and trash
gotcha,
it.
gotcha, yeah.
But no, it's
Well, again, it's going to force the purge, which is another fester card.
even better with incubator.
Yeah, well, incubate hive mind.
A surprise. Well, I'm talking about surprise gravedigger.
Yeah.
You know, like your incubator's 4 clicks, I guess,
Yep.
or I guess 3. No, I guess you only can do 2. Yeah, it's not that cool. Never mind. Amped up in it. I don't know. Do I get hive mind?
No, I got hive mind.
You get hive mind. Go
Okay,
for it.
so I got hive mind. It's a unique program. It's a virus. So it's place 1 virus counter on hive mind when it is installed. Virus counters on hive mind are considered to be hosted on all other virus programs for the purpose of card effects and can be spent as if on them. So it just holds 1 virus counter all the time, and it can be moved around to wherever you want. I guess you can put more of it on hive mind.
Incubator.
Incubator, transfer everything to hive mind.
Yeah.
And then you got a parasite that's going to be 7 when it comes out.
No, 2 mediums and an incubator. I'm gonna play hive mind. Use my incubator. Run. I'm gonna access like 10 cards.
Yeah, well, I mean, your incubator would have to be out for a while. But
Well, that's what I mean, though, is if you have an incubator and a couple mediums, but they're probably already scared of you dropping the incubator onto a medium.
I mean, this I'm telling you, if you're not going to be running Fester in your virus decks, I mean, it just makes you want to run because they're going to want to purge.
Well, sure, if you find some way to put more than 1 on here, yeah, because it makes parasites instant killers of bigger stuff, medium nerve agent. What else would it affect without having to spend? Imp wouldn't really. I mean, you could spend the counter off it for Imp, but you wouldn't want
Put
to.
it on the Chicana or whatever
It would help activate Chicanas.
to make them harder to score.
Yeah, it's scary.
Anyway,
Very, very scary.
you got the next one, Progenitor.
Progenitor. 0 cost, 0 MU, program Daemon. We like Daemons. Jinn. Leprechaun.
They're all
Stone. You may host a single virus program on Progenitor. Daemon Stone. Hey.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Yeah.
The memory cost of the hosted program does not count against your memory limit. Like, Hive Mind. When virus counters are purged, remove all but 1 virus counter from the hosted card.
That protects your viruses.
Protects your Hive Mind.
Yep, put your hive mind on that.
Means your medium gets up faster. What are the 2? Are there any other 2 MU viruses?
Not that I can think of right off the bat.
I mean, obviously it's Hive Mind, but
Yeah, I have mine. I think is the only one
maybe
that I can.
Hemorrhage you could put on.
No,
there.
hemorrhage is one.
No, I mean just
Yeah.
things to put on there that
Just protect it. Yeah.
That one token would be really important.
Yeah.
I like it. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it makes Hive Mind viable. Otherwise, people are just gonna be like, well, okay, I purge Hive Mind. But I like it. Yeah, you get the card you like.
Yeah. Next card, 3 cost hardware archives interface. Whenever you access cards in archives, you may remove 1 card in archives from the game instead of accessing. So it can protect you from things like shock. You can just remove them instead of access them. Probably the most useful thing is you trash that early game Jackson Howard, and then you recycle it back in. This gives you a way to just get rid of it.
Kill Jackson.
You're helping
Yeah.
remove
Kill
Jackson from the
Right,
game.
right. Get rid of them.
Permanently.
It seems like whenever you kill the early one, it just comes back. This-
Yeah, it's always hard when I do keyhole. It's like if you see a Jackson, do you get rid of the Jackson and put it in the archives, hoping you get all of them in the
right.
archives?
This way you can just get rid of the one and then
Kill
get rid of
everyone.
him, get rid of him completely.
Yep.
So here's a question.
Okay.
So you have several archives interfaces, and you're keyholing the crap out of them. And for whatever reason, you've scored 6 agenda points.
Yeah.
They've scored 5 agenda points, let's say. And you archives interface their last 9 points. Would they concede the game then?
Because you can't win.
Because the
they can't
corporation
win.
could not win, and considering an infinite amount of time, the corporation would lose from drawing.
Yeah.
I mean, I
You
think
could force that issue.
I
guess.
think
'Cause the
you'd have
state
to.
would never, unless they can scorch you for some other way.
I mean, I think that would be a
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but how do you can't really ask that question though. You can't be
Right.
like, do you have a way to actually kill me?
Or do they have? Or are you running more than 20 points
Points of
agenda?
agendas,
Right.
yeah. But I mean, if you,
That'd be real interesting to trash.
I think I would
the
concede.
3.
To be honest,
Yeah.
If they really got to that point and I knew that I couldn't
Yeah,
kill
they could
them,
just sit back and do nothing, basically.
right? And,
Run out the clock.
and then I think you also are going to create a very hostile environment because you're going to be like, can we have the judge sit here, please, and
Yeah.
make sure he's playing as fast as possible?
Right.
You know, because all you're doing is like, oh, I'll just get 4 credits. Your turn. Okay, I'll get 4 credits. Your turn.
Right.
Okay, I'll get 4 credits. You know.
And that'd be fine with me. I mean, it's going to eventually.
I honestly though, I would think the vast majority of Netrunner players would probably concede.
Yep. Well,
I mean,
I think that should be a thing. Is if there's no way to,
But-
there should be a ruling like that. If there's no way for you to possibly win the game,
right. But then the problem is
and it's
though,
out on the table, like you just explained, there's 6
Right.
and 5, and then there's 9 that are
The
out
way-
of the game.
And you know they're never going to run again,
Yeah.
so
Right.
you can't.
the problem I think with that though is are you then suddenly giving knowledge that you wouldn't have before? Because like if you come over and say, well, can you possibly kill me? And they're like, well, yes. Then you know that
Right.
you revealed something about
Okay.
their deck. So I don't know. It was just a random thought.
Yeah, just-
I think it's a great card. Block
Yep.
shock, block GQ.
Yep.
Play multiple of them. You just clear out their archives.
All right. I got the unique Chop Bot 3000. It's a 1-cost hardware. Says I love the art's awesome on this card, by the way. Says whenever your turn begins, you may trash another one of your installed cards. If you do, draw 1 card or remove 1 tag. I mean, it's a draw a card. I mean, especially if you don't want to if you don't have Aesops out and you're looking for Aesops, you can use this to go draw another card. Look for Aesops is what I'm thinking it would be.
Or if you want, do you spend your influence on something that's not Aesops? I don't think drawing a card is worth 3 credits all the time. But I can see
If you don't have Aesops out.
I can see it
Right.
replacing Aesops completely.
Yeah.
Just in that fact, if you want that 4 to 6 influence
Yeah.
for something else,
Yep.
which I think is fantastic.
Yep.
I think I love it that because Aesops is, I mean, Anarch is really the ones who use Aesops.
The only issue is it's unique though, and
That's okay.
And it's like it's
Well, Aesops
if
is
you had Aesops and this out, that'd be awesome. It's like, okay, do I want the money or do I want the
Card, or do I
Card.
want money and a card at the same time?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I mean, it definitely. If you could get into like a noise cycling thing.
Mhm.
Like, I will trash my cash to draw a card. Oh, I have Cyber Feeder. I'll play cash for free.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Very useful.
chippity chop chop.
I mean, you see it going in your noise deck?
Probably not. I haven't even bothered working with noise again. There's too many other fun things to do now.
All right, you're up.
Mem strips. It's a 3-cost hardware. It's a chip plus 3 MU. Use the MU on mem strips only for virus programs, making Sage better, or additional overmind counters.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like the ruling was with chess,
with
Cayesa,
deep red, yeah, because
with
it is
deep red.
MU. Yep, you would overmind gets big.
So you could have this would be huge to get Sage out, and it's within reason. I put it in Shaper if you wanted to run Shaper.
Within reason. I think it's fantastic. I mean, just being
For
able to get all
viruses.
your little viruses out, or for overmind, or for let's
Yeah.
see, 3 credits for 3 MU.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing an Anarch overmind, cool. Then you're not wasting MU to get extra.
Well,
You're
Cyber
not wasting-
Solutions is what 4 for 2,
Yeah,
so it's the same.
it's in there.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I've ever seen a 3+3 memory period. I was a +2 before.
what about Monolith?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
okay, John.
I mean, it exists.
Yeah, it does exist.
The only reason I brought it up is I watched a video today of somebody playing a Monolith deck, and it was a new player, and they basically spent the game trying to get Monolith. And
Make
was
it work.
Both monoliths were the last 2 cards in his deck,
Yeah.
and he
Oh,
lost
man.
the game because he just kept looking
Yeah.
for Monolith.
Yeah.
But it was a fun game to watch. No, I love mem strips. I love it. It's fantastic. It's,
Yeah,
it's
there's
all
a-
the MU you want.
I
There's a
love
lot
the
of
little
viruses you wanna keep out now.
Emojis?
Emojis or whatever on the little strips.
So the trick is remembering which virus you loaded onto which strip. That's why I draw emoji on them. Then I just have to remember which emoji stands for which virus. Princess Space Kitten. Is that a future runner?
I
Are we gonna
guess.
have Princess Space Kitten?
Yeah, well, Stephanie will be running that. Stephanie's running that.
She probably would, which is just fine.
Just for the name. All right.
Next card. It's a council. 2 cost vigil. 1 memory. When your turn begins, draw 1 card if the corp has cards in HQ equal to his or her maximum hand size. Limit 1 council per player.
So this is Valencia's. Looks like.
Well, with the current, sure.
Right. It'll make it easier because once you start reducing it, they'll probably more than likely have it.
Yep. I also think it's your non.
Well, that's her outfit though. That's her
Oh,
console.
yeah.
I see what you're saying. It's actually her person.
Yeah, it's her
okay.
council.
Yeah. I think it's really good. I think it's your non-grimoire, non-influence Anarch console. I mean, it has a great power. Definitely make the and at one point you're making the corporation try to remember something else. So they're like, oh, I can't get to 5 cards because I need to stay at 4, so he doesn't get a free card.
And then I want an instruction. Take all 4 cards.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's I like it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's much better than Boxy and Astrolabe, which are recent consoles. But
Well, Astrolabe wasn't horrible.
no, it was designed to beat one thing, and I don't know. Is this
All
one
right.
mine? Or no, it's
No,
yours.
it's mine.
Yep.
I got Human First. It's a unique resource. It's a connection, 1 cost, 1 credit. Whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, gain credits equal to the agenda points on that agenda. Well, it's only 1 cost. What, you get 3 max. You get 1 minimum. You could get 0,
Yeah.
or you get -1. Do you get -1? Do you lose a credit?
It says only gain.
You gain credits. I don't think you can gain a negative credit.
Okay, just
That's a good way to think of it, but I don't think you can gain a negative credit.
All right. I mean, it's a 1 cost connection. I mean, unless you want a bunch of connections for a reason and you're playing whatever, calling in favors or something, I don't see it being
Yeah.
played that much.
Something interesting in the flavor text is they showed me that I wasn't broken, that I am still a whole human no matter how many limbs I lose. So what sort of limbs is Edward Kim getting?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's getting, I don't know. It just makes me wonder if he's getting is that Edward Kim? Is that the original Edward Kim before he started losing all of his
his
limbs?
stuff. But you'd think it'd be Gmodded then. But anyway.
But I mean, it's the thing though. Is it said he lost limb? Oh, he doesn't have a hand.
Oh, he doesn't have a hand. That's right.
Wonder if he doesn't have a foot. Well, it says limbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway. All right, investigative journalism, 0 cost resource. Install only if the core has at least 1 bad publicity. Click, 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 trash. Give the core 1 bad publicity. Only has 1 influence.
Can't do it on the first turn it's installed.
Yeah, it's okay though. I mean,
Unless you amp up.
unless you amp up.
Unless you amp up, that's the only way you're going to do it.
The main thing is installing it, so if they get rid of that bad pub, you can just give it right back to
Yeah.
them.
Or give them, or help them get to 5.
Right.
That's so good. And then let's see how you're going to recur it. You're going to recur it with Deja Vu's. You're gonna recur it with Deja Vu. That's it, isn't it?
I think resources, yeah.
You can't
Or
get
the levy.
Levy, yeah,
Or
you
levy.
use a levy.
Well, sure, but there's no other easy way to get it back.
Yeah.
That's hard. Getting him to 5 bad publicity is gonna be hard, but there's no way to fetch it because it's not a connection. So
Yeah, it's
it'll be hard.
it's potential.
I mean, it's great that you finally have a way to give them more than 1 bad publicity. So
Yeah.
no, it's great. It's the card that makes Valencia scary, or anybody that's running the whatever the little combo is that forces them to get not
New
the Angeles.
The data link reversal too, right? So you put Valencia in there and data link reversal, click, click, click. They start with bad publicity.
Oh
but you have to be
data link
tagged.
reversal's tagged.
You got to be tagged.
No,
That's
the combo, whatever it is, the card that you play that gives you a tag at the start of your turn and them a BP at the start of their turn,
If they have.
and then you Aesops it,
yeah.
or in this case, Chip bought it. I like it. You get the really weird card.
Yep. Sacrificial clone, 3 cost resource, trash, prevent all damage, trash all installed hardware, all installed non-virtual resources, and all cards in your grip, lose all credits in your credit pool, remove all tags. It's essentially a reset panic button. If you're gonna,
It's your reset panic
if you know you're gonna lose and you think there's still a shot,
Well, couldn't you? I don't know. Is Ghost Runner virtual?
I don't think it is.
I thought it was stealth virtual.
It might be still virtual.
Yeah, it is. It's virtual.
It's virtual.
So if you have Sacrificial Clone and 2 Ghost Hunters, you could, and same old thing, you could, same old thing is not virtual.
No.
So I don't know how you're going to levy AI, but you could levy right away. And I mean, it takes away the win, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if my Wayland deck is built to scorch you to death,
Just having this out.
no matter how many you have, you can't. I mean, I guess if I'm tagged, you're just going to trash this.
Well, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna tag it. You're gonna tag it, but you have the choice. You have to trash this first, and then scorch, and then you have to have enough credits. So it's another 3 credits you have to have.
I'd double scorch anyway. Let them destroy.
Well,
their
that's the whole
entire
thing.
range.
Double scorch. The first one goes off. You do this. The second one goes off. You're dead. Doesn't matter. You don't have any cards in your hand.
Yeah, well, if you have Blastcrew. If you have Blastcrew or whatever. What I'm saying is if you
Yeah,
see
all your
source-
hardware goes away though.
Well, you would Blastcrew before you Sacrificial Cloned.
Yeah, but if they trash the resource, you
Sure.
know,
Right.
It's, I don't know, it slows down.
it definitely is. It gives you a little protection, but it's not going to give you a whole ton.
No, it's definitely...
I mean, Noise is standing there. They might target the clone, but Noise is right. You're at the corridor. That's funny. That's hilarious. Noise holding the keys.
Well, it's a clone of Noise.
Mm-hmm.
Just without any hair. It must be a fresh clone.
And the cutie mark. All right.
Do I get... You get Stim?
I get Stim Dealer. All right, so this is a 4-cost resource connection. Another connection. Connection's a theme. When your turn begins, if there are 2 or more power counters on Stim Dealer, remove all power counters from it and suffer 1 brain damage. Cannot be prevented. Otherwise, place 1 power counter on Stim Dealer and gain 1 click. Wow. Whew. Wow.
You could chip bot it on that 3rd turn.
Yep.
Yep.
Or you could just take a little brain damage and keep going.
And keep going.
No, it's either or.
But otherwise, place 1 power counter on
Right.
Stim Dealer and gain. So you can keep getting an extra click basically. So it's like the
As your brain.
what's the one Joshua B. But
Well, sure, except Joshua gives you tags, and this is brain damage.
Yeah. Eventually you're gonna stop.
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah,
It's I don't know. So think about it this way: you're gonna pay if you have a chip bot,
Yep.
you're gonna pay 4 money and a click for 2 clicks and a card,
yep,
maybe.
maybe.
And I guess if they're not playing any sort of kill you deck,
Yeah,
then you're getting
that extra click is powerful.
yeah.
That
But it's
extra
only
click
every
is huge.
2 out of every 3 turns, though. I don't know.
And it's not a tag, so you can put it with Rachel Beckman. That was the problem with Joshua B. Because Joshua
Well,
B. could be
no. The
tagged.
problem with Rachel Beckman is breaking news.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Rachel Beckman.
No, well, never really thought about it. I think there's gonna be some change in the meta there.
Yeah.
All right,
This was mine.
Virus Breed. This is
Right.
awesome.
Virus Breeding Ground, like you said. 2 cost resource, virtual. It doesn't die when your clone dies. When your turn begins, place one virus counter on virus breeding ground. Click, move one virus counter on virus breeding ground to another card with at least one virus counter on it. Can we hear progenitor hive mind?
Hive mind.
Every turn?
Yeah.
That's, I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't die like Incubator. It's harder to, it's not harder to kill, I guess. But, and you could just, I mean, if you get this going and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to keep putting virus counters on hive mind, and they're like, no, crap.
But the thing is, they purge it, and as long as hive mind is protected with progenitor,
Right, it would
You're
keep
okay.
its one counter at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
This would get one, and you could push it over
but
onto
that's
it.
3-card
Right.
combo. But
Or if you
it's-
have three, well, I imagine you're going to be playing 3 progenitors.
Yep.
And just imagine what else you could progenitor. I mean, if you progenitor a medium.
Yep.
If you have medium hive mind, and a couple of these out, you're going to you're gonna ruin someone's day.
All right.
It's a good card. It doesn't take MMU. It's a resource. It's a good card. Good card.
Doesn't take an MU.
No, that's what.
No.
I mean, because it's not a program. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. You know, like Incubator.
Neutral event, uninstall, 0 cost, in an installed program or piece of hardware to your grip. Great to recur the dogs, David,
Yes.
anything like that.
This is what we're talking about.
Right.
We're like, there's going to be a card that's going to be able to get the dogs back in your hand and
Imp.
M2.
reset dreams,
Cash.
reset hive minds.
Yeah, if you
they've
somehow
been
screw
cleared.
that up. Or if you just don't have progenitor at the time when you play it.
Yeah, pull it back in, suck it back in where
Sure.
you want it.
Similar to
Or move stings around onto a Dinosaurus.
Sure,
Yeah,
it's a
if you
neutral, slower, more expensive scavenge,
Yep.
which is fine because it's neutral.
And it's 0 cost though.
Yep, you need to
Yep.
play you need to play it again, so it knocks one. Fem, if you, I don't know.
You just don't get the credit from the
Yeah.
scavenge. Yeah. All right, so I've got Quanju PT. Is that right? Quanju?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Quanju
I don't know.
PT.
It's,
It's a motorcycle, man.
it's the motorcycle company of the future.
It's a 2-cost hardware. It's called a vehicle. When your turn begins, you may lose 1 click. If you do, avoid the first tag you take until the beginning of your next turn. Hey, it protects Rachel Beckman.
Not from breaking news.
Well, you get 2 tags, right?
It does protect you from C-Source.
Yes.
That's not bad.
It could run. You could run up in Andy. I said motorcycle Andy would
You
be wicked.
I think it's more for dodging C-Source, but it could also, it saves you 2 credits for account siphon. Data Raven.
And it says you
Yeah.
may, so it's not a. You
don't have to. Sure.
Yeah,
Right.
but you say, okay, I'm going to take 3 clicks and do this.
Theoretically, if you had 2 of them, apparently you could drive both of them. No, because it's avoid the first tag you take.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might have to be a rule question. I mean, because really, if you avoid the tag, is it the tag you're taking? Yeah, it probably isn't.
Yeah, I think it's a one-time thing.
Yep.
You can't drive 2 motorcycles.
I get the final one?
Yeah.
Data folding. 3 cost, virtual resource. This is how you get your money to levy after your clone dies. Anyway, when your turn begins, gain a credit if you have 2 or more unused
Oh, it's STEM with the mem chips or the whatever.
Sage, mem chips,
What is
whatever.
it? What is it? The
Mem chips. Mem strip? Yeah, no.
yeah, mem strips.
Mem strips. No, it's fantastic. It's extra money all the time. Well, I guess not all the time, but most of the
At
time.
least at first.
Yeah.
For Overmind, it's all the time. For
Yeah.
Reyna, it's all the time, because you generally aren't going to spend all 3 of your
Chiasis.
KSMU, yeah. I mean, yeah, most of the time anyway. I like it. It's a very cool way to get memory every turn.
And money.
Well, I'm money.
Money out of
yeah.
memory.
Money
Right.
out of memory. Dino Sage
What?
likes it,
Yeah.
sort of.
One memory. If you have 2 or more, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's priced well.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. It's probably easier to get that money than it is to get Underworld Contacts money. Depending
Yeah,
on what you're
that's
playing.
what I'm thinking too. I mean, Underworlds you can get 3, but I guess you can have 3 of these installed too, right?
For
Yeah.
my deck, I prefer contacts because at least contacts I know I'll have for the whole game. Eventually, this will
For-
dry out.
For Nacier?
Yeah.
Well, because
yeah.
you fill up the memory. Then.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have plenty of memory, this is
Yeah.
the way to go. All right, gentlemen. Well, we got through the runner side.
Lots of good cards.
It's some really
Lots of
good cards. Well, let's start off just real quick. I mean, there's some really good art. It's always great art. But this is our first look, too, guys. So take that with a grain of salt. But Josh, what do you think your favorite art was? One runner, one corp.
One runner, one
Since
corp.
it's a deluxe set.
I like housekeeping for the corp.
You just like the dead bodies
Yeah,
lined up.
that's entertaining.
All right, so you do the corp. What's your
My
corp?
corp? Twins.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure they're like Siamese twins
Yep.
that both got cut apart and got a robotic arm.
Yep.
That's my guess.
Okay.
But they look cool, and they're doing evil things.
Fun card to play too, I think.
Yep.
My favorite is Orion. I just love Orion. It's just beautiful art there. So from the runner side, what do you think your favorite art was?
I don't want to steal day job from anyone, so I'll go something else.
You can have day job. It's okay.
Well, we can all. I mean,
Yeah,
for the
that's
art.
true.
I mean, we've
All
always
right.
done that way.
All right, I'll stick with day job then.
Day
Okay.
job is really, really good.
Yours?
Because she's got, it's a good look on her face, and I'm pretty sure there's all kinds of people that can empathize with her opinion of providing customer service in a call center. But I also like showing off. I think that's really
Showing
good.
off's a really nice.
I wonder if
card.
that's supposed to be noise with
Yeah,
Max.
I think so. I think, or it could be maxed.
Well, I mean, that's Max,
Yeah.
but I'm wondering if that's noise.
It looks different than normal.
I mean, I also like Max's ID. I guess my three favorite are all. I guess I just like Max. Max has cool art.
She has cool art.
Um,
I like the chop bot. It's really well detailed. If you look at that art, it's pretty
Yum.
cool. Yum.
there was a
A little blowtorch on it. It's pretty cool looking.
a sickly smell coming from his closet. He hoped it was only a mouse this time.
So, what do you guys think? What card do you think is going to change things? I mean, we're taking a guess now. We never play with these. But what card on the corp side do you think is going to change the corp the most, or what would you want to play with? I guess.
I like. It's not practical, but I like Argus.
Okay.
I don't know if many people would play it, but I find it interesting.
Okay.
Wayland NEH or Titan Transition
Right.
Transnational Vertical
Wayland
NEH. It's just awful. Think about all the times you can score an agenda. You know, when you get the Wayland gets plenty of windows to score that Atlas, and now it's going to just abuse that window. Imagine if you get an Atlas with 2 counters.
Oh.
So then it gets a third
Atlas
for
with
free.
2 counters.
Well, no, but listen, it gets a third for free,
Okay.
right? So then you use 1 counter to get Biotic, 1 counter to go get Atlas, score it. 1 counter to get Biotic, 1 counter off the new Atlas to score the third Atlas. Third Atlas scores Hostile Takeover. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna watch the person beat you, and it's not even Sansan. I mean, the one I built has Sansan,
Yeah.
and you can go trash Sansan. I guess Edward could go trash Biotic,
Yeah.
but
It's bad.
and if you have Jackson too to put the Biotic back,
Yeah.
man.
Anyway, I think the twins. I think it's gonna be fun. I want to play with that card.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean-
you got to Merlin somebody.
Yeah,
you got
I
to Merlin.
think that's a really fun card.
Twin
So
Merlins.
I like the twins a lot. John, what's your favorite runner card?
Edward.
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 That's easy. That's
Or
an
the
easy
Eater,
one.
or the Eater Suite. I mean, Edward and the Eater Suite. I
Yeah,
guess.
but I think the Eater Suite's going to just be interesting overall. What do you think, Josh?
I like Valencia. You have to at least consider it in building a deck on what you're going to do with Bad Pub if you start with it.
I wonder how many gray ops there are. Gray.
Total?
What
corpse?
I'm talking about, the gray and black ops for Tally Peralta or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because I wonder if that's, or is the
Viable?
core playing a lot of them?
Yeah.
I mean, and Tally actually gives you some really weird scorch protection.
Yeah.
Because if they try to scorch you the first time, they get a BP for scorching you. And if they already have a couple, you can then ditch Tally to draw cards
Yep.
before they can scorch you again.
Yep.
So, yeah. She's on. What do you think is the best?
Oh, card that I would want to play with. I think I would like. Hive Mind always looks interesting, and from noise perspective, I think Progenitor's awesome. I think that's gonna have to be included. And I think there's some, Amped Up. I want to try. I just want. What can you do with Amped Up and Wanton Destruction?
Right.
I mean, that combo of Wanton Destruction. I mean, so you could just do a lot of stuff with Kenny. I think.
Sure.
I mean, I think in a Kenny deck, Wanton Destruction.
Wasn't it a ton of influence though?
Yeah, it's a ton of influence, but I mean,
It's 4.
you know, we were running the Hemorrhage deck out of
Sure.
Kenny, but I mean, you know, I think it's just
To use early bird? No, you can't use early bird.
can't use it, but
No.
I love the art on that too. But that's cool.
So here's a better question. For
Okay.
you. All right. So with Waylon, this is kind of like the advancement token
Yep.
deck,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously with Anarch, it's the virus destroy the world
Yep.
sort of thing. So compare this deluxe to, let's go with the very first deluxe, Creation and Control, which was your test run, self-modifying code, Professor Kit. I don't know who the third
Exile.
one was. Exile. And who went with Creation and Control? HB.
HP.
And I don't even remember what comes with. Oh, and then also Honor. Which deluxe do you think added the coolest stuff? I mean, obviously this stuff is brand new, so it's like, oh my god. But I mean, think back to Honor and Profit.
Of the three, I think Honor and Profit's probably the least. Creation and Control added a lot of
There's a lot of
good
good stuff in it. I mean, a lot of good neutrals that are still ran today. I mean, you know, that was Dirty Laundry. That was, you know, the neutrals were really
Right.
good out of
I
that.
think Day Job's going to see a lot of play, not
sure.
just in Anarch. I don't know. It's going to be close because all of these IDs are interesting. That was not true in
Yeah,
Creation
that's
and
the
Control.
problem. And even the corp ones.
Yeah, I
are
guess
in-
Creation and Control had 5 bad IDs.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
you had
none of the HP
custom
ones.
biotics.
Well, I guess
was okay.
Cerebral Imaging was okay.
Yeah, cerebral
Or is
imaging.
it- or was it
No, it's custom
bio-
biotics.
Whatever the one where
22
you
22
oh,
influence.
okay, no, I was thinking of the one where your hand size is equal to your credit.
Yeah, that's the super.
Okay, so there were, I guess, 3. There were 3
Yeah.
good IDs in Creation and Control.
Mhm.
Let's see, what was Honor and Profit had?
You had silhouette. You had
Silhouette was fun. You had Silhouette, you had Ken,
Ken.
and you had the
Ian. Ian, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So those are not terrible.
And then you
had
had the Nisei.
you had the two
Tenon.
the two one that nobody uses, and the one that the Harmony.
The Harmony
People used to
MedTech,
love.
yep.
Yeah.
And then Tenon and yep. So
I mean, you got a lot of good Jinteki cards though. You got House of Nine.
yeah,
There's
so,
a lot.
I mean, it's going to be real hard. I mean, that set made Jinteki viable.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely making Anarch viable.
Yeah.
I think they're getting better for sure because I think
Well,
these are 6 good IDs.
oh yeah, I think they're all.
5 maybe.
You could build decks around. I think here's what's interesting is I think the card pool, and we were talking about this before we started recording, Josh, is that the card pool you don't know what you're going to face anymore.
Right.
Really, you can't guarantee yourself a perfect setup.
Not now.
Not now. There's no-
before
I mean-
it was Andy NEH. so-
Yeah,
But
I think it's getting to that point where you're going to have so many cards that you cannot guarantee what you're going to see, what you're going to run, et cetera, et cetera. So
and the best part is all these cards are permanent. They'll never
Yeah.
cycle out. Which actually could be a bad thing for Titan Transnational. Because Sansan is never going to
Yeah.
cycle out.
Right.
Where'd Biotic come from?
Biotics is core.
So Biotic will never leave.
Yeah, that was one of the
So
first things there.
that may be the only one bad thing is having Titan Transnational in here. But
Titan NEH.
yeah, Titan NEH, Waylon NEH. Do you know what card's not in here?
What?
Clout, or whatever Clout was supposed to be.
What was that one?
Clot.
That's going to be in the first pack.
Is it in the first pack? of
First
Chrome
pack.
City? Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. Clot was a card I was looking forward to.
All right. Well, we're gonna go test these out and go play a little bit. And again, Saturday, which is the 31st of January, if you're in the St. Louis area, come over to Realms of Gaming, and we'll be doing it live during the Swiss rounds, and then taping it, and probably have some commentary after that. But it's been great. Another great deluxe set.
Fantastic.
It just
Deluxe.
gets better and
Just
better, man.
fantastic, Yeah.
And we love it. So look forward to seeing you guys, and thanks for all your support and watching. I'm Bob.
John?
Josh?
We're the No Agenda team.